Hello, and welcome to my story time with Nana. This is the last of the Let's Be series, and as you can see, everything is here. All of my friends who took care to make pictures for me, Crevin, Victoria, I had Sadie do pictures for me. Dakota, thank you so much. And I have some other things around. Maybe you'll remember the bunnies. Anyhow, tonight's story is simply let's be farmers. Let's begin. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Wesley the great rooster called out, "Time to wake up! It's party day! We have lots to do! Cock-a-doodle-doo!" The farmer family began stirring in their beds. Wesley was doing a great job waking the family with his cock-a-doodle-dooing. What a great rooster the farmer family had as an alarm clock. Danny and James were the first to wake. It wasn't just Wesley outside cock-a-doodle-dooing that woke them. They also heard a light tapping sound on their bedroom window. "Who's there?" called out Danny. And the boys jumped out of their bed and ran to the window. And sitting on the window ledge were three birds. Maybe you remember them. Cameron, Eden, Alora. Tap, tap, tap. "James, Danny, it's time to wake up. It's party day. It's time. We have to get up and get ready for the party," the birds said. And the boys began dressing to get ready. They were so excited. Meanwhile, in the girls' bedroom, there was a tapping on their window as well. And when Allison, Lena, and Nora finally started waking up, they saw on their windowsill their friends, the mice, Liam and Ethan. They weren't baby mice anymore, but little boy mice. And "Hello, mice," said the girls. They were so excited to see them. "Hello, farmer girls. It's time to wake up. It's party day. Get dressed. Let's go. Let's go." The girls jumped from their beds and began to dress for the party. And by the time the children were dressed and ready for the day, Mommy had breakfast cooking and Daddy was setting the table. "Good morning, children," Mommy said. "Please help Daddy finish setting the table for breakfast. We have a lot to do today before our friends and neighbors arrive." And the children did as they were told, and soon the family was sitting down to enjoy their breakfast of fresh eggs, bacon, and toast. Mommy had even served some homemade jam for their toast from their blueberry bushes. "Okay, children, no pretending today," their mother said. "Daddy is going to be cooking some hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill, and I have some baking to get done, so we're going to need your help. I'm going to get each of you girls a basket to collect some vegetables for our party picnic today, and the boys are going to help Daddy get everything ready for the bonfire." The farmer family was so eager to get ready for the party. The children had already invited all of their animal friends that they had helped on the farm to the party, and all of the neighbors were coming, and several of their friends that they had made through homeschool were coming as well. It was going to be a great party. So as soon as breakfast was over, the children helped clean off the dishes from the table, and the boys went out with their father to help prepare the bonfire pit. "Mommy, are these the baskets you wanted us to use to collect the vegetables?" asked Lena, holding up three baskets she had gotten from the garage. "Why, yes, thank you for getting those out for me," Mommy replied. "Allison, I want you to go out and pick about 20 ears of corn. And Lena, I need some peppers and broccoli and cauliflower for the pasta salad. And Nora, I need as many potatoes as you can dig up for our potato salad. I'm going to be picking berries so that I can make a couple of pies for dessert." And Mommy and the girls headed out to get everything they would need for their party. And while Mommy was giving instruction to the girls for food preparation, Daddy was showing James and Danny how to find the right kind of branches and sticks in the woods for their bonfire later. And Daddy found the large tree branches and put them into the wagon, while the boys ran to and fro in the woods, pulling up little sticks and little branches and putting those into the wagon. When they had enough wood for their bonfire, they all headed back to the farm so they could make a pit. Once everything was collected for both the food and the bonfire, the girls helped Mommy prepare the food, and Daddy showed the boys how to lay cinder blocks in a circle to hold the firewood in place. Everything was ready in no time at all because the Farmer family worked very well together as a team. And Mr. Joe, well, he was the first to arrive. Within an hour, Daddy was cooking hamburgers and hot dogs, and Mommy was making up plates for their guests. Once everyone was settled in, enjoying the food from the farm and each other's company, the farmer children climbed up onto the platform of the playset Daddy had built the day before and faced their friends and neighbors. "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" crowed out Wesley. "Can I have everybody's attention?" He strutted across the makeshift stage and cock-a-doodle-dooed again. "Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a wonderful group of friends here to give you a good show. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Allison." And Allison ran to the middle of the stage and took a bow. "Lena." And Lena ran to the stage and stood beside her sister and took a bow. "Nora." And Nora skipped across the stage and stood beside her sister Lena, and she took a bow. "Danny." And Danny jumped up on the stage, ran and stood beside Nora. And last but not least, James. And James come rolling. He did a little tumble onto the stage, and he stood beside his brother Danny. The Farmer family children. And the partygoers all clapped and whistled while the children bowed and curtsied. And then Allison. "Hello, friends and neighbors. Thank you for accepting our invitation to our party." And then Lena. "We have a great show for you, and we hope you have a great time." And then Nora. "We want you all to meet some of our friends that we've met here on the farm. And just maybe you can be their friends too," she said. And then Danny said, "We're going to start with a song, and I think it's one you know, only we changed it up a bit." And then James belted out, and it goes like this. The Farmer family had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm they had some rabbits. "Come on up here, Ruby and Ava, give us a beat." And Ruby and Ava rabbits jumped up on the stage, and they started thumping their feet on the wood, making drumming sounds. Boom, boom, boom. Ruby and Ava joined the farmer children, and they sang together. And on their farm, they had some mice. "Come on up here, Liam and Ethan." They sang out, and Liam and Ethan joined them up on stage, and they pulled out these teeny tiny little tambourines, and they started shaking those, adding it to the song, and they started singing. And on their farm, they had some squirrels, E-I-E-I-O. And on cue, Savannah, Mackenzie, Alyssa, and Kelsey joined all of them up on stage, and they ran to a little keyboard that was sitting on the corner, and they started dancing on the keyboard, making music to the song, and then they started singing. And on their farm, they had some ducks. "Welcome, Benjamin and Isla. Come on up on stage." And everyone started clapping as Benjamin and Isla joined the group on stage. And they pulled out little violins and they started playing music to the song. And then they all sang out. And on their farm, they had some birds, E-I-E-I-O. And Alora and Eden and Cameron flew to the stage and pulled out trumpets. And they began playing their trumpets. And now almost everyone was swaying to the music, and the animals were playing their music, and the children were singing, and Mommy and Daddy and all of the neighbors were swaying and clapping to the song. And even the animals in the barn were swaying and clapping. Everyone was having such a good time. And everyone was enjoying the show. And then from high in the sky, they heard the most beautiful voice. It was Cadence, the eagle the children had saved the day before, and she flew in a giant circle high above the stage, singing, and then she dived down onto the stage and began singing with all of the animals and the farmer children. It was quite a show. And when the music stopped playing, the children and animals all took bows, and the neighbors and friends began standing and clapping, and some even whistled. Oh, and after the show, the farmer family showed all of their guests all around their farm and answered questions about farming and raising barnyard animals. And the neighbors and friends just loved seeing everything, and they said they just couldn't wait for the next party. And Mommy told her guest, "Oh, the party's not over yet. We still have one more thing to do." And when the sun began to set, Daddy started the bonfire, and it took no time at all to start burning because Daddy had shown the boys how to put the wood in just right, so the smaller twigs would help start the larger branches on fire. And soon everyone was sitting around the fire, and they were making s'mores and telling campfire stories. And Mr. Joe even brought out his guitar and he was playing while everybody sang along. And the farmer family and all of their new friends and neighbors had a great day. They were sharing food and listening to music, getting to know each other and just spending time together. And then that night, as Mommy and Daddy tucked their children into bed, kissing them goodnight, Daddy took Mommy's hand and gave it a little squeeze. And he said, "Remember the first time we drove down our driveway to our new farmhouse?" And Mommy said she did remember. And then Daddy said as he pulled Mommy close, "We sure are blessed to have such a wonderful life with our amazing children and our perfect farm." "Yes, we are," Mommy said. "Yes, we are." Oops. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did. See you next week for a new story. Good night.